Online sales discussion aside,
Yep.
The public and investors have often been critical of when Harvey Norman announces a decrease in sales.
Yep.
Do you think it's unreasonable for people to expect year-on-year growth from Harvey Norman forever?
Well, the problem you've got is that you're this bloody guru that goes from, doubling their business every 3 years from 1987 to 2000. And in 2000, the business is worth whatever it was worth, I can't remember. But and now our business is worth 2 billion, and at its peak it was worth 7.5 billion. And so that's a hell of a difference. So 4 or 5 years ago, 7.5 billion. Now 2 billion. But the reality is that when we were worth 7.5 billion, our net assets were only a bit over 1 billion. Now we're worth 2 billion, but our net assets are a bit over 2 billion. So we're actually worth a lot more money, twice as much money as we were worth 10 years ago. But that's what you're actually worth, okay? The other thing's a bullshit thing. It's called a share price. So there's a hell of a difference. And when you think back on it, we were worth 7.5 billion, but we were only really worth 1 billion. But if you wanted to sell a share, it was 7.5 billion. But we're still only worth 1 billion. And now we're worth 2.2 billion, right, on the share market, but that's what we're really worth. So if you want to buy Harvey Norman now, you actually buy it for less than we're worth. You get the name for nothing, you get the whole business, all the people, all the years, you get it all for nothing, at a discount in fact. So it's the best buy it's ever been. So I bought some shares, again, every now and again I go and buy a few just to let people know that I don't think it's a lost cause. So, but our problem at the moment is profitability. And because the margins have been attacked, because the costs of doing business are so great, that you've got to figure out how to make some money. So now we're maybe at a stage where we have to reinvent ourselves to a certain degree. So I'm looking at how every day, how the hell do we do this? So, we're looking at different ways to do things, or different things to do. We've got 2.2 billion in net assets. That's what we're worth. Now, if we can't make money selling fridges, then we better do something else with it. You don't keep selling fridges losing money and then your 2.2 becomes 1.2. No point. So at the moment we're looking at mining camps, mining accommodation. So I started that 2 years ago. I've got a partner in that, and I'm hoping to make nearly 30 million this year out of that. And that's a brand new business we started 2 years ago, and we're just starting. But how much longevity there is in that, I'm not sure. But at the moment, it's very good, and it's much better than selling fridges. So that's one business we've gone into. We've got quite a lot of other smaller businesses that we own or we're in partnership with. There's a lot of other things I've got up here that I want to do. And so the trick now is to turn the 2.2 billion into 4.4 billion, double it. So you look at that and say, can I turn 2.2 into 4.4? 1, and 2, how long will it take me to do it? So in the old days, I could turn the 2.2 into 4 in 3 years, and then the 4.4 into 8.8 in 3 years. That's what we're doing. Can't do that. The best I can hope for at the moment with what's there, and the vision and everything and what's happening, maybe we can do it in 10 years. So if in the next 10 years we turn 2.2 into 4.4, nothing like the old days, but not a bad result. Not a bad result. But if in 10 years' time the 2.2 is only 2.2 and we've made none, pretty ordinary result, but we're still worth 2.2, right? We've just got to make sure that whatever we do, we don't turn 2.2 into 1.2. Now, this is quite different from our outlook running a public company because we own the public company. No, we own half of it. The other half's owned by the public. It's quite a different public company to the public company that's run by most of the executives in Australia that run public companies because they've got no shares in the public companies. it's an occupation, it's a career. It's not, this is more like the family owns the company. It's a family business and you run it like that. And regardless of what analysts say and all of that, you know, like I'm talking to analysts, so, mate, if you don't like it, come and sell the shares. I don't give a stuff. Do whatever you like, you know. Don't, you know, you can lecture me, I'll decide whether I listen to you or not. And I'll lecture you and you can decide whether you listen to me or not. But I probably know a bit more about this company than you do. Thanks for your advice. Sell your friggin' shares and piss off, right? So I talk to them like that and they know I do. So no other CEOs talk to analysts like that. I'm the only guy that does. So, and they know it. They know who I am. They've been, you know, I've outlived all of them. They're a whole different mob now. They're 10 years ago and 10 years before that. So I know exactly where analysts are coming from and I know exactly why they buy and sell people's shares, and you can't trust one of them. Totally untrustworthy. So, you know, they're in it to make a buck and nothing wrong with that either. So we both know where we stand. And at the moment, I know I'm in the weaker position because I'm not making the money that I would like to be doing. I'm in a difficult position. I've got to fight my way out of that position. So this is something a bit new for someone like me because I'm now in a bloody corner, trying to get out, caged, right? As opposed to out there telling everyone else how, you know, to run their business, how good, you know, and everyone say you're this bloody guru, and at the moment I'm a little caged animal trying to get out. Quite a different thing, but that's a challenge. And I look at that and I think, oh, I wish the good old days had come back. But in a way I think, no, it's bloody good for you. This is character building, mate. Right? You've got to get out of this cage and you've got to come good. This is a challenge. So in a way, it's probably good. Look at it in a positive way.